Viewers, patrons, welcome back to the Kurt Winters YouTube channel where we talk about cars and all that implies. Now I'm here with my buddy Crit, and Crit, tell us what we got here.
We got a 1967 Oldsmobile Toronado.
The first front-wheel drive V8 car, a car way ahead of its time. And unfortunately, when they were selling these, they didn't sell very well at all. And I believe GM scrapped them only after our 3 or 4 years of production. Yeah. If you know how many years it took before they scrapped production, go ahead and comment below. But Crit, you want to show us what's under this hood?
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, let's look at this V8.
Big girl, 455.
What I'm noticing right off the top is that V8 sets down low.
It does.
Now, was that for weight distribution over the front wheels?
I think so. They definitely had to get pretty clever with this new invention of the front wheel drive and still be able to cram the transmission down there.
So she's a 445, and is this the original motor to the car?
As far as we know, yes.
All right.
It's been in the family, I want to say like 15 years. We've had it about 5.
Okay.
So as far as I can tell, it's definitely the original engine.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's go check out that interior and see what's going on. What do you say? Tell us what we got going on in this interior.
Man, we got everything. We got electric seats, electric windows, AC, power antenna, all the lights. We got the rolling speedometer.
Wow.
You don't see those very much.
No, you sure don't. And help me out here. They really were marketing the Toronado as kind of a luxury car at the time. And I'm imagining that a lot of these options were probably standard on the car.
Correct.
And she has cruise control.
Yep.
Very cool. Automatic transmission. Is it a 3-speed?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, that's all you needed back then. Does the clock still work?
It does not. It's stuck on 420 all the time.
Well, so am I.
That's
so
right.
No problem with that. And again, I love these little tiny steering wheels. We've got some little grippage going on here.
Yep.
And does your horn work?
It does.
All right. Are we going to scare those people up there?
Yes, we are.
All right, here we go. Very nice. Now, this is original interior, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
It is held up impeccably. And these vinyl seats, original too?
As far as I know, yeah.
Now, I'm noticing that these are black, and we've got more of a maroon color going. So possibly they could have been pulled out of another Toronado? Or?
It's possible. It's weird because maybe they did it to match the black dash, black steering wheel. But as far as we could tell, just judging by the wear and when we think this car might have been reupholstered or something, I mean, we think they were original.
Yeah.
Maybe just recovered.
Yeah, they're impeccable, and they're super comfortable.
It is very comfortable.
And do we have 2 glove boxes over here?
One's a big old ashtray.
Oh, okay.
That was for the high class men. Even both back seats got an ashtray and a cigarette lighter.
Right, because everyone was smoking back then, and I'm noticing that this may be, let's pull the camera in here. This may be the largest ashtray I've ever seen, because you've got one for your wife or girlfriend to ash your lucky strike in there, and you've got another one for you smoking that big cigar.
That's right.
That is really, really cool. I'm also noticing you've got a lockable glove box, another feature that was ahead of your time, because you didn't want the valet going through all of your shit in your glove box when you were parking it at your favorite steak restaurant. But this interior is unbelievable, and these pedals are blowing my mind. Can we get a close-up of these pedals? Look at this. Now, I wear about a size 11.5 shoe, and it is taking up all that shoe. So we've got a really, actually pretty short travel on the accelerator. And do the brakes bite pretty good?
They're not working the greatest right now. I need to look them over, but you know, there's always something you gotta check out.
Oh yeah.
She stops fine enough.
I see you've got your Sniper EFI readout up here. And what does this help you with? Explain to the viewers what this Sniper readout is going to give you.
So it's going to tell you your AFR, your fuel ratio. So it does have a wide band oxygen sensor in the exhaust that'll actually take the fumes, and it'll tell you what the ratio is. And from there, it's automatic learning, and it tries to get the best combustion possible.
Okay.
It'll tell your coolant readout. I can't even remember what else is on that, but it's just all the readings of the car.
Was she idle and rough before you put that on?
Yeah, I'm not really a carburetor guy. I kind of just always go fuel injected for the simplicity. And so, I mean, it was always all right, but whenever it needed a rebuild, I just kind of bit the bullet and went fuel injected.
Well, I completely understand that. Anyone who restores a car and sticks with carburation is a very brave person, especially in Texas, because one day it's 30 degrees, the next day it's 110 degrees, and sometimes your carburetor just doesn't want to work with you, especially when you got somewhere to be.
That's right.
Like a car show. But again, love the interior, and we're going to go around and check out the back end of this beauty.
Yeah. We're trying to be a Cadillac. It was definitely for the high-class businessman of its time.
Yeah.
They were a little more expensive. Not everyone could afford it. Had all the bells and whistles standard.
Okay, so we're at the back of the car, which isn't as we're at the back of the car, although I do like the front of the car a little bit better. But this design is blowing me away. I really love how we've got this sloping trunk line that feeds into, I'm assuming, original chrome. And we've got your original tail lights. Very cool. And these look like these are bezeled around metal also. Okay. Very, very cool. Now, one thing, and Crit can give me some input on this. I want you to look at the flares on the side of this car. This almost looks like someone put a wide body kit on it. And that's one thing about the Toronados that always blew me away. This car looks like a rear-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you put big flares on the back and big flares on the front? Because typically the styling for this period is you would just have the flares on the back. So if you saw this rolling down the road, you would never know that it was a front-wheel drive car. But that again goes into how, you know, this car was ahead of its time. And Crit pointed out a really good point. This badge back here, Toronado by OLDSMOBILE. So just as we've got, you know, Lexus to Toyota, Cadillac to GMC, it's almost like they were trying to create their own separate luxury brand. And what do they call this paint color?
Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and call it faded maroon.
That's fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. What a wonderful, wonderful car. So cool.
She's a little dirty, but can't drive them all at once. Can't keep them all clean. We got too many cars.
Yeah, I've got 8 cars, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Look at these hubcaps. I think this was for brake cooling, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just for looks. It could possibly be.
Right, so wrapping it up, we found one bitchin' 1967 OLDSMOBILE Toronado with what type of motor?
455 V8 front wheel drive.
455, and that was the biggest motor you could get, right?
Yes.
So we've got one hell of a banker's hot rod here. And are you having fun at the show today?
Always.
Is this
Love Pistons and Paint.
Is it? So I'm guessing this isn't your first time
No,
out.
sir. No, sir. I've been 5, 6, maybe 7 years in a row.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, glad to hear that. And thank you so much for showing us this car
Betcha.
and being a wonderful caretaker of such an important and historical automobile. And remember, if you like this content, go ahead and hit subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can be notified of the newest uploads to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.